here with astrological weather report. Let's wait a little bit for people to connect. Hello, welcome. I'm here to talk about the astrological weather report. We are going to talk about December till 21st. So the energy is shifting. We're going from mutable energy, changeable energy. So sweet. Two cardinal signs. So we are moving from the Sagittarius season where there's a lot of expansion, optimism, and we want to go into adventure and just trust in life. And we are going towards cardinal signs, which are very directional. It's like initiation. There's a strength there. So it's a shift of energy, a strong shift. Stop distracting me. Okay. So now we are also coming from the eclipse season. So we were purging with eclipse season, and now it's time of cleaning the floor, cleaning the space, preparing the space for manifesting the new, because we are shifting from Sagittarius season to Capricorn season. And Capricorn is the sign of manifestation, and it's very ambitious. It's strategical, it wants things like well done. Capricorn wants a good position socially. So yeah, it's very different to Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is just optimism and faith and trust. So very different energy. So from the eclipse season, we are moving to a more relaxed time where we get ready for action. So now it's a time for you to write your priorities, what you want to manifest. Actually, it's good for you if you want to write your New Year's resolution before time this year, because what's happening is that on 29th of December, we have the fourth Mercury retrograde. So Mercury goes retrograde every year a few times. So this year is in Earth signs. So on the 29th of December, Mercury will go retrograde in the sign of Capricorn. So when Mercury goes retrograde, we cannot really think straight or like make this list or objectives. So what we do, it's to do now the list, the resolution list. So let's start step by step with this energy. So on Saturday the 3rd, this is today, we have Aries moon. So maybe today you're feeling a bit weird, a bit down, and it's not only because it's raining in this part of the world, but also because Aries moon is conjuncting Chiron, and Chiron is the wounded healer. So sometimes when this happens every month, and it's like a punch in your ego, and it's a punch in your ego. Sometimes a wound come up around sexuality or around aggression, um, conflict, a manifest anger, some issues also around sexuality. But mainly, I feel when Chiron conjuncts the moon in Aries, it's a wound around identity and the ego. Sometimes some people develop some headache, so it depends how you channel this energy. Anyways, this conjunction help us to remember about being humble. When we get this punch in our ego, coming back to humbleness, because only from this place we can really heal. So what's happening in the sky right now? So we have sun in the second part of Sagittarius, and it's in a direct opposition with a retro Mars in Gemini. So how we feel that, what is really doing this opposition? So there's a pull and there's a polarity. We go to the Sagittarius zone, which is adventure, traveling, yes, just a lot of meditation, for example, or tripping. And then the other side, which is Gemini, which is no, I'm not traveling so far, I'm staying here in my neighborhood, talking with my neighbors and just chatting on the phone. So it's between chatting or having like serious conversation with the divine, and it's this opposition. So we need a balance. We need both. So when there's polarity, when there's opposition, it's good to be balanced. Um, yeah. So now, right now, Sun in Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is a planet of expansion, of blessings, is the guru, is the spiritual teacher, and is in the last degrees of Pisces. So this transit has been really beautiful because Jupiter is 1 year in each sign. So all this year has been in Pisces, but it then went to Aries and now back into Pisces, and then it will go back to Aries. So this is like a game. But anyways, Jupiter in Pisces has been really beautiful this transit because Jupiter in Pisces is about connecting with the divine, with spirituality, with faith. So even though we have had pandemic, we have had wars and everything, the energy of Pisces help us to feel the connection. Sometimes through our pet, our lover, our sister, sometimes just in meditation, but it's been easier to feel this connection to source. So now Jupiter, hi Xenia. So nice. And now Jupiter in the last degrees of Pisces, it's very mature energy. So take advantage to have these solo times for connection and just feeling this peace, this inner paradise you have, this inner silence. There's a lot of healing there. So the thing, it's like retro Mars in Gemini is being in a square with retro Neptune in Pisces. This transit has been going on for a month. So this is a long time of a square. What's a square? A square is a challenging energy. There's a friction. It's just difficult to cope with. So, what's this square about? I know very well about this energy because I was born with Mars squaring in Neptune. So for me, I feel this energy daily. So now you get to experience also. So what's this energy about? It's very confusing because on one side we have Mars in Gemini. So Mars is how we move, it's our action. It's where we put our physical energy, how we move here in this 3D realm. So some people move from their emotions, from their emotional bodies, like I just feel it, I go. So these are people with Mars in water signs. Other people, they just move, it's just straightforward. It's like a fire energy. For other people, they just need to feel in the body if it's proper time for them to move forward. So these are the slower people with Mars in Earth signs. And then Mars in Gemini and Aquarius and Libra. So Mars in air signs, there are people who need to process from their mind. So it's like, okay, I think it's logical for me to move there, so I will move. So their movement starts in their mind. So actually, this is not the most organic way. So now, even though you are Mars in a fire, water, or earth sign, now everyone is feeling this energy of Mars in an air sign in Gemini. So we are all processing from the mind. We are all starting the movement from the mind, and it's retrograde. So it's difficult to take decisions. So many people are like, oh, difficult discernment issues, like what should I do, this or this? Should I move? Should I don't move? Should I, It's just difficult. And with the square in Neptune in Pisces, there's confusion. There's clouds, there's veils, there's curtains. We cannot truly see. So that's why it's difficult to move forward. So also, what is teaching us this square, this challenging energy is teaching us to trust in your intuition, Neptune in Pisces. Doesn't matter if it's real or unreal, if it's a veil, it's a magical veil, if it's an illusion, it doesn't matter, okay? What matters is what you feel in your heart, because Pisces is the sign of unconditional love. So it's like, okay, with my mind, I cannot decide, but what about my heart? What I feel? Do I feel love here? I am loved here. I'm well received here or not? Yeah. Um, so there's also a good aspect. Retro Mars in Gemini is in trine with Aquarian Saturn. So this is really good for activities in groups, to redirect some teamwork, for communication, but always remembering that we need this connection with the intuition and with unconditional love, because with retro Mars it's just difficult to operate. Well, still, Mercury and Venus are in Sagittarius. So this is very stimulating energy, very expansive, very optimistic. um yeah, we feel like, oh yes, I want to go into adventure, I just go for it. It's like very fiery energy, but this is shifting, because I'm going to go step by step. But tomorrow, Sunday, we have Neptune going direct after a long time in the magical degree 22 degrees of Pisces. Why is this magical? Because this year is 2022 and highest stand. So we have had the portal, we have had the February portal, 22nd of February of 2022, and we are still feeling these fractals of energy. So now, tomorrow, with this Neptune finally going direct at the 22 degrees of Pisces, this is really auspicious, and it talks about an end of confusion. It's like finally you can see through. Finally, you can see what is beyond the veil. Okay. So, yeah, from tomorrow, this tension I talked to you about, just right now about Mars and Neptune, this confusion, this not knowing what to choose, not knowing what is real or unreal. From tomorrow, this is gonna get better. So this is really good. Okay, next week, Tuesday, the 6th of December, we have Mercury going into Capricorn. So, yeah, this is a big shift. We start the Capricorn season just next week. It feels like Sagittarius season was pretty short. I don't know why. I don't know how you felt it. I think because we were just coming out of the eclipse season, so it was still really heavy and dense the energy. And normally, Sagittarius season is like full happiness and optimism and trust and adventure. But I feel because we were already, still with this releasing energy, releasing karmic bonds, clearing. I didn't feel the Sagittarius season so much. Anyways, next week we have Mercury and Venus entering into the sign of Capricorn, and the following week, the Sun going into Capricorn. So this means, wow, there's a big shift of energy from mutable signs to cardinal signs. We finish the fun and we go straight to the work, to our objectives, our aims, our list, our ambition. Wow, manifestation. So maybe in the previous week, last weeks, you had many new ideas. So now with Mercury entering into the sign of Capricorn, now it's time to act upon these ideas. So, what are the steps you need to follow in order to manifest these ideas, to ground these ideas, to crystallize these ideas? Um, is this practical? Are these ideas practical? Can you truly like manifest them? Are they practical? So, yes, Capricorn is the most strategical sign, maybe the most cold sign also, because it's ruled by Saturn. Saturn in Vedic astrology is called the malefic teacher. Imagine. I don't feel it's malefic, it's just a very serious teacher. He knows all the norms, all the rules, and he's gonna help you to be in society. So Saturn is the one who is going to teach us the rules. These are the rules on earth. If you want to manifest a house, a job, a business, whatever, you need to follow these rules. So if you follow what Saturn tells you to do, you are going to succeed. If you don't do it, Saturn has a like strong punishment, like prison, for example. So that's why in Vedic astrology they call him the malefic teacher. But in Western astrology we just call him Saturn. And Saturn also rules time. So, okay, now going to this Capricorn energy, Mercury entering into Capricorn next Tuesday, our mind it's gonna focus in the objectives. What are the measures I have to take, how can I achieve this and that. So it's very practical. Also our way of communicating, it's not going to be about gossips or jokes. No, it's going to be very serious communication for everyone. We are all feeling these energies. So next week, there's another big event. We have the full moon in Gemini. This is on Thursday, the 8th. So this full moon is happening at 16 degrees of Gemini. So if you know a bit about astrology, you can check your chart and you can check what do you have in the uh, mid sign of Gemini, which house, if it's in the 10th house. So you're going to see, for example, a fulfillment in your profession, rewards in your profession. If this is happening in your second house, you might get some money, some income. If this is happening in your fifth house, maybe you are going to see your romantic life blooming. So it depends where it sits, the 16th degree of Gemini. But every full moon, it's time of harvest. You are celebrating 6 months cycle. So 6 months ago, you put some intentions out there in the universe, maybe about Gemini issues, which are communication, learning some maybe languages, learning something new, or talking differently, expressing yourself differently, maybe about the relationship with your brothers or sisters, because Gemini also rules siblings. So now it's time to harvest, okay? So, but what's intense about this full moon? Every full moon is intense, right? Because there's a lot of waters, the waters come up in our body, we feel emotional, we feel like a bit like, we need to yeah to it's good to do more spiritual practice around full moon. It's also good to start eating lighter around full moon. And the special thing about this full moon, it's a very Martian full moon. I mean, anger can come up to the surface because what happens is the moon is gonna conjunct retro Mars in Gemini. Wow. So some anger issues can come up, and because it's in Gemini, what can happen, it's like you start, talking straightforward about what you feel, what you think, without processing, without filter. So yeah, take this into account. So avoiding explosions. Yeah. Um, there's a feeling of impatience. We get very impatient around this full moon, and we feel like this urge to express ourselves and express our points of views. So just chill a bit, just inhaling and exhaling. Some breath work will be good, and some meditation. And maybe this full moon, you can do some silence, because it's such a, explosive energy, that I feel like having a silence, they can be really rewarding. um this full moon is gonna square Neptune. So yeah, there can be things here that we don't see. Okay, so there's still some veils, some confusion, some misunderstanding. So double check everything, right? Because this retro Mars feels like a strong Mercury retrograde, because it's in the sign of communication in Gemini. Anyways, there's also a good harmonious aspect during this full moon, is the trine between the full moon and Saturn in Aquarius. So this is a good dose of discipline, discernment, commitment, some clarity. It's good also for for groups, and doing some teamwork, or some work for the community. This is really auspicious during the full moon. So during this full moon, we are going to take like really serious measures, uh, and we are going to clean things that piss us off, is in order to have a clean space to build something more sustainable for the future. So this is what's the energy. Uh, Here they say, why does it always feel like Mercury retrograde? Because Mercury goes retrograde 4 times per year. It's a lot. So the thing, it's like each year is in a different element. So last year was in air element, so it was stronger, because Mercury rules communication, the air. But this year is in earth signs, so it's not so strong. Okay, it's just more physical. But yeah, this Mars retrograde is different, because Mars only goes retrograde every 2 years. So the last time was in Aries, and now it's in Gemini. And yeah, so, but yeah, there are good things about retro Mars in Gemini. The good things, like, we have lots of time now to really revisit all projects and really think. The way we express ourselves. Many people are I'm sure during the pandemic, many people bought a lot of online courses, and I'm sure you didn't finish all of them. So now it's time for that. For example, with Retro Mars in Gemini, we revisit all these courses, courses that we didn't do, and we can finish them. Okay, so next Friday, the 10th of December, we have Venus entering into Capricorn. So again, wow, this is the coldest Venus ever because Venus rules love, desire, likes and dislikes and pleasure. So Venus in Capricorn is focusing, you know, social status, work, profession. So yeah, it's not the most loving one. So when we have this transit, Venus transit is around 3 weeks more or less this time, I think. So during this transit, we get more strategic and we really like revalue and yeah rethink our relationships. Is like, okay, it's worthy for me to entangle with this person in the long term. So actually you're not feeling from your heart, you're feeling from other ways, right? So I don't know, if you meet someone during this time with Venus in Capricorn, okay, it can be like a powerful couple, like in socially and like status and money making and all of that. But it's a bit cold. The good thing about Capricorn, it's like it's a sign that really likes clarity. Oh, yeah. Capricorn is a sign that really likes clarity. So, if you are not sure at the moment about your motivations and your priorities, don't worry because Venus in Capricorn is gonna help you to clear that out. So you're going to know, you're going to know what you want, and you're going to see what's impeding you to bring that alive. So yeah, it's gonna be very productive time December for manifestation, for clearing your mind, for organizing. So yeah, and then on the 20th of December we have Jupiter entering into the sign of Aries. So Jupiter already spent some months in Aries this year, and now is the time of completion. So now it's like, okay, I'm going to fulfill my mission, in the Aries area of your chart. So it's good for you to see in your chart where Aries sits. If it's in the first house, in the second house, in the third house, where it is. Why? Because in that area, you're going to feel like a pool, like a lot of energy. You're going to feel like blessings. You're going to feel like so much energy. And it's going to be great, actually. You're going to feel a lot of impulse and like no fear. It's like, yes, I'm going with it. I have the energy, I have the blessings, I go with it, I trust this is what I need to do right now. So it's like the full card of tarot. I feel this Jupiter in Aries is it's that energy, it's like I jump into the unknown, but it's actually not so unknown because I have been thinking about it during the year. So there's a lot of faith also here, a jump of faith. So this energy, Jupiter in Aries, is gonna go till May 2023. So you have like 4 months and a half to start new projects or maybe some new traits about your identity. So check actually on the 20th of December what's happening in your life and the following week. So till the end of this year, just check what you're doing, where you're feeling that there's a pull, where do you feel this strength, this bravery. Yeah. And then the following day, the 21st of December, we have the sun entering into Capricorn. So that's official. That's solstice, winter solstice for you in the North Hemisphere, uh, summer solstice for me here in the South Hemisphere. So for you, you will have longer nights, and here we will have shorter nights. And yeah, so we will move to cardinal signs, Capricorn. And on the 21st of December, the sun will be at 0 degrees of Capricorn. So this is a lot of energy uh, for you to move mountains, following what you really feel you need to do. You need to manifest your mission, what you're here to do. Okay, this is all the astrological weather report. Now I would like to channel a bit for you in light language to see if there's some messages for you, because I have been feeling energetically, even though we are in the Sagittarius season, I felt that after the eclipse season, which was very karmic and about cleaning a lot of energy, we move now to this grief and this sadness in the air that for me has to do with letting go of a layer of yourself, a layer that it was identified with the karma, with these karmic bondings, with these karmic jobs, with this karmic whatever. So in the eclipse season, you let go, right? Maybe the universe helps you to let go. It took it from you. But after letting go, there's okay, now it's gone. This thing is gone. This karmic thing is gone. But here in the identity, I'm still fucking identifying myself with this karmic thing, right? I don't know if you get me. So now is this time of grief, of letting go these layers, and it's like, no, that was my older self. That was me clearing some karma issues. Now this is here, and we are going towards Jupiter in Aries. So it's like my new identity, my new self, my new spiritual self, without all these karmic bonds, jobs, whatever it is, right? So let's see. I hope my battery keeps going for a bit. So let's do some channeling in light language to see if there's any message we can meditate together. Yeah. Okay. We can close our eyes, inhaling and exhaling. Hayonomoko na tai ni kikiara ta yorobo na ma eka kweri tai na kokora. Are kia kiore ane hayara boara tayo loko kore na buona tayo koko na tayo ro buona. Fua so e anaka I anaka koera tayo no koko kora na tayo na kakare tayo kokora tayo ko na makaka tayo kupoko topona ko. Tayo na kakakala kokore tayo ko tayo na mo koko na tayo ro. Tayo buena moko na tayo ro koko koro to buena. Sayo kokoera tasoe, sayo kokore tasoe, sayo na mokoera na, sayo kokore tayo yo yo. Saya na makoe na makae da kokoreta. Sayo kokore na tayo ro, saya na mokokora na tayo no kokoe. Saya kokore tatoe, tayo no mokokora tayo no mokoe tane. Saya kokora tayo ro, waro, wa ena koe na na, hayana. Soro, 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 shono mokoe na, hayana na na. Ayara kokoe na tayo poko e na ma e o ko na taro kokoe na po. Tara kaka la tayo ni tayo kokoe na poro sa hea ro ro ro. Tana na huita yo e akora. Ma ano kokoe na tayo kokoe e na tena kokoe na pane kana. Ma e ana ke korita tayo no kokoe na po. Ma e na a heo koko e hea koe na tayo kora tayo na ka. Ma ana tasio hio ya koko kore tana koa. Saya na koko re nambo bora tana na ka kore ta na ya no mo ko na kai. Halo ro 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 ro. Oh, na koko ra. Okay. So yeah, the energy I was receiving right now, it was really fun. It felt like mushrooms energy. It felt like a spirit from nature. It was super beautiful, and yeah, what I was feeling, it's like now it's time to really feel the Sagittarius energy, with the sun in Sagittarius, still Venus and Mercury in Sagittarius, and have fun, enjoy. Like now is the time to have fun, really, to feel this optimism, to feel like you love life, and there's adventure ahead, and optimism, and like trust. And so take advantage now, because then the energy is gonna get very serious soon, with all this Capricorn energy. So take advantage of this, also of this Jupiter in Pisces, in the last degrees of Pisces. So it's so good for meditation and for just connecting with your heart and feeling unconditional love. Um, so yeah, that was the message that came through. Thank you for being here with me. I would like to know, where in the planet, in Earth, Gaia, are you at this moment? And yes, I'm always available, this for private one-on-one channeling sessions, clearings, energetic clearings, astral chart readings, solar return, astrocartography, vortex healing, which is a very powerful energy healing. Soon I will be sharing again groups, workshops. I have been like having some time without groups, just one on one, but soon I feel I will open a new group. Here they're from Denmark, Estonia. Oh la la. So good. I hope you're feeling good. If you have any questions, you can ask now. Otherwise, I will see you soon. Enjoy all this energy. British Columbia, Canada. Wishing I was in Bali. It's raining a lot. Slovenia. Oh, don't worry. You will see the the recording. Okay, send you a lot of love. Bye. And bye, YouTube.